Metal Block Podcast. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. We're so glad to have you here with us tonight, doing what we love to do, talking about some metal, hanging out with some cool dudes who put out some cool tunes. So they're here tonight to talk about what they do. Before we get into that, though, we're going to talk about the social medias, and don't forget to say what's up to Brando out there. Make sure you tell him what your metal merch is and all that stuff whenever he asks that question, Lets us know what you guys want to hear and what you like.
Don't just react. Send me a picture.
Send him a picture, but say what's up and check out, most importantly, what he's posting about, because it's usually some pretty cool tunes, some awesome metal. So don't forget to stop by and see what's going on. But tonight, we've got a special guest.
I'm here every night, Zoomy.
You messed it up, Brandon.
Oops.
Womb Rot is with us tonight, and we are super excited, super stoked, man. Got a chance to talk with Eddie back in March at the Gulf Coast Death Fest, and that was super fun, and just excited to get to see him again and get to hang out with the group and hear what they got going on. So why don't you guys introduce yourself? Edward, why don't you start? Say what's up and tell everybody what you do with the band.
What's up, everybody? I'm Edward. I play one of the many guitars in Womb Rot.
Yeah, I'm Eli. I play drums for Rot.
And I'm Anthony. I do vocals and things like that, things of that nature.
Makes noises.
Yeah,
Make
if you want to call them vocals.
Hey, that's what they are. But we have had multiple conversations because we've had people say, oh, vocals aren't exactly like an instrument. And I'm like, no, vocals are like an instrument. But those were only comments made by vocalists. Those weren't comments made by like non-vocalists. So it was like a fair thing for them to talk about because they were like criticizing themselves in a way, comparing to everybody else. And what was it? I think, it had to have been Izzy from Wound Stench, whenever he was like, I just have to say this about being the vocalist. I hate carrying the bass amp.
Well, Matt just got a new refrigerator, as they call it, and that's his cross right there to carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is huge.
I think it's like a 810 or something like that. So
It's ridiculous. I hate it, but I love it at the same time.
So whenever I used to play back in the day, I had an SWR, and it was a giant, like it has the wheel and the dolly kind of thing like built onto it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was 810s as well. It was 6 or 8. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've had it, but that thing was a monster, and everybody else ran whenever I was like, hey, does somebody want to get the other end of this? It was like,
Nope.
So
I gotta go take a dump. I'll see you in a bit.
Right. I have to poop. Poop.
Most of the time, I'm like,
oh, man.
I have 2 beers, guys. I can't.
I just seated myself.
I don't know if you want me dropping that thing, but oh man, guys, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We are so excited to talk about Womb Rot. So excited to get to know you guys. Hey man, the honor's on us. So, let's do what we do and let's show everybody some brutalness.
Let's do it.
yeah.
It's all you, Brando.
Oh, okay. Guys, like Zoomy said, thanks so much for joining us. We're excited to have you on. So you each introduced yourselves. What we also like to do is hear about how you got into metal music and then how you kind of started playing instruments and being in metal bands and stuff. So Eli, why don't you start us off? What's your metal origin story?
Kind of funny. I think it was just like my brother used to manage a band way back, probably like 2002 or something like that. No, probably like before that, probably like 98 or something. He used to manage this like rock band or whatever, and I would go and check out their practices and everything like that. And I just, whenever I'd see their practices, I would always kind of gravitate towards the drummer and kind of just focus on that. And whenever they would go on break, I'd kind of say, "Hey, can I get on there or whatever?" And I don't know, it just something happened. I kind of picked it out. And then my first drum set ever, when I started bugging my mom about it, she bought me like this old, like beat up church drum set from a garage sale that this church was having. And like they didn't even have like the right heads in the right places. And it was kind of set up like a Tejano kit with the toms all spread out, all, yeah, it was all jacked up. But I used it, and then after a while I kind of just got like just kept playing and playing and playing, and got in a couple bands in high school, and eventually met Edward down the road. So we've known each other for a long, long time. So
Yeah. Yeah.
long time. But no, yeah, and then I mean, influence was like Pantera, Korn, a lot of bands that had grooves back in the day, and of course like Slipknot. And then it just eventually, once I started playing like in the high school scenes or whatever, and throwing shows at like county parks that we had from Robstown, and just kind of started getting heavier and heavier and escalating into like the music started kind of getting more aggressive and more angry, and yeah, and just kind of blew up from there. Then yeah, I kind of just met Edward along the line. He was in another band called That I Am Dead, and I think I was in a band called All Said and Done, and we would play shows together, and we were kind of always meeting up at shows and stuff. And it just kind of like it sprouted from there. Me and another guitarist, we ended up joining That I Am Dead later on down the road, and yeah, it was fun. It was really cool. Time to play, I guess, '07, when everything was kind of like at its peak, I guess. Local shows were all like huge and whatnot, so it was like, it almost seemed like big concerts and big shows, because like a lot of kids would just get out of school and go home and gather up and then go to the shows later on and be all hopped up on monsters and shit. So it was fun. It was
That's what we're
that's
gonna
pretty much
call him.
where, yeah, yeah. So that's where it kind of went, and then carried over from there. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I remember being a part of a local scene, and I've talked about it before, where it was just like the same thing, like get out of school, go meet up with your friends at the venue, and it was like the same crew that was always going to be there. And I don't know. I mean, there was always new people too, or different people, but you could always count on the ones that were, always gonna show up. And that was a lot of fun. I remember like that being something to where, because I was a part of something, and I've talked about the community time and time again, but that's like what it does, like sometimes you're at that age and you're like, well, I don't even know where I belong yet, and then you just discover this metal music, and you discover this scene, and all these people that are like, you know, it just doesn't seem like the same environment that you're from whenever you're in like middle school or high school or whatever. You're just like, this is different. This is something different, and in a really, really good way. And so that was something that latched me on too. So it's cool you mentioned moments like that.
Mhm. Yeah. No, it was intense. There was a lot of fights and a lot of, big click showing up, and now it's like there are fights, but I don't know. I just feel like back then it was just, a different time for sure. Like the way more people than it was now. So it almost every weekend there was like a good show going on, and that's when like a lot of the bands were out, like a lot of like the Job for a Cowboy and Born of Osiris and all those other kinds of bands that were like that. So it was like a mixture of different scenes and genres, and just people gathering. Either if they're emo or punk or whatever, it didn't kind of matter. Everybody kind of just gathered at these places and beat the shit out of each other, and then you know went the next weekend again, to get beat up or beat somebody up. So it was interesting. It was really cool. Nice times.
Ah, the good old days.
Yep. Now I'm the guy that stands in the back with my arms crossed.
Just like that.
Same.
Yep. Doing this. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Well, Anthony,
Uh, yeah, for me, I guess it all started. I guess like, of course, in elementary and middle school, you start listening to like, well, for me, I was listening to like whatever rap and stuff was playing on the radio, right? And then I started hearing like System of a Down and Linkin Park and stuff, and then that was like, oh, it's different. Like this is cool. And then like I guess towards high school, or I think middle school, I found like Slipknot and stuff, and then high school, it just like I just started discovering heavier and heavier bands, and I just went down a wormhole of just trying to find like the heaviest like deathcore and stuff like that. And I was like, man, this is so sick. And I remember so fun fact, the street I live on, Edward and his old band used to jam down the street from me. They're a little older. And I remember like leaving on my skateboard to go skate with the homies. And I'm just like, that's so sick. Like, man, I want to be in a band one day. And yeah, I shortly after, I went to my first show and I kind of was like always skating and stuff. So I didn't really go to all the early days of like those like underground shows and stuff. I kind of caught the tail end of that, which I still went to a lot of, local shows and stuff, but it kind of all started, I guess, fizzling out by that time. And yeah, I was like seeing like the front man, like the just vocals just intrigued me. I'm like, I need to do that. And yeah, I started like practicing, like Kill Switch Engage, As I Lay Dying, and Lamb of God, and all that old school stuff. And then it just, yeah, like I said, I went down like trying to like just find the nastiest bands and like mimic those sounds. And uh, believe it or not, it kind of came full circle because these guys were still in That I Am Dead together, and they asked if I wanted to do vocals for them. And I was like, yeah. So we had a few practices, and I was learning all the songs, and then it just kind of fizzled away. And I was like, man, like, because I wanted to be in a band so bad, And I had like another band like that I was in for a long time with some other buds, but we just never had equipment and stuff like that. And yeah, like when Woomrot started, I think Edward and Eli were jamming and kind of hit me up and were like, "Hey man, we're gonna try this out again. Just jam. You want to come jam out? See what's up." I'm like, "Yeah, give it another shot." And we've been jamming ever since. So yeah, the first show I ever played was actually with Woomrot. Yeah,
Ever.
and
That was
and everyone else in the band is all like experienced and all that jazz. Not me though.
Hey, don't worry, man. Each time you hop up on stage, it's a little bit different.
Yeah,
It's a little bit different,
that's true.
So,
That's very
um,
true.
there was not a single time that I got up on stage that I wasn't like nervous as hell at first.
Yeah,
And at first, it would be all like, "Oh my gosh, I'm eating up." But then I would like turn it into kind of a healthy nervousness, and I would
right.
get up there, and then after you got up there and you got through a first few seconds of a
Yep.
song and you realize like you weren't just going to totally like fall on your face,
Yeah.
you you started to like get some confidence, and before you knew it, the set was over and you're like, "No, I want to
Yeah, I
play
was like,
more."
"Whoa, damn, that went by fast as hell." Okay, that was cool. But yeah, and then you're stuck following that high, and yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, chasing it again. You got it,
Yeah.
buddy. You got
Hmm.
it. And by the way, some good, examples along the way to use to try to train yourself vocal wise, or like people that you looked up to and inspired you to be a vocalist, man. It was all
Oh
a
yeah,
cool list of people, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
heck
Or
yeah.
groups. Yeah.
do you still skate?
I wish, man. I think the last time I skated was like maybe a year and a half ago or something, and I was like, "Whoa, how did I used to do this all day?" I just like skated. I just pushed like 10 feet, and I'm out of breath. So yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
So this is funny. We used to skate all the time back in the day, Brandon and I.
I was
Um,
Yeah.
terrible.
well, we were all terrible. We were all terrible, but we did it and we tried.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I still had my skateboard, and this was like not the house I'm in now, but the prior house. It had a porch. And I was like, I can ride the skateboard off this porch. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah, I can do
can.
that.
You know? Totally. And whenever I like went off the porch, for one, I didn't even land on the board. Okay.
Oh,
I
shit.
didn't even land on the board. It was almost like I just totally jumped off of it and bailed. But whenever I did, it's like I didn't land gracefully. I came down like almost like knee locked instead of like
Ah,
bending my knees as I came down.
No.
And then I
Yeah.
was like hobbling away. And it
oh,
was like I didn't even like land on the skateboard. All I basically did was just jump off of it.
Yeah.
And I hurt myself. I
You're
hurt
like, I
myself.
just jumped off of it and I hurt myself.
skateboard was still coming down the stairs.
Yeah, it's like
Oh shit.
That is perfect.
oh, so
Good
freaking
fucking
true.
point.
But I will say this, just the last little skateboard comment. But out in the garage, that same skateboard, well, because it was outside for a lot of years, the wheels don't even turn anymore.
Oh shit.
Oh
But
yeah.
I have a fresh set of bearings. So I thought recently I was gonna buy some new wheels and
Yeah.
pop
Do it.
those bearings in it and just use the same truck, same deck, everything,
Do
man,
it.
and just
Yeah.
just roll
I've been
around
meaning to
for
get
a
out
second.
there and roll around for a little bit, you know? Yeah.
That's what I'm
Get the
talking
blood
about, man.
get the blood pumping.
Oh yeah.
I
I was looking at buying a new skateboard recently, and I was told by my wife and my boss at work, no.
Wow.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
They're like, well, a
absolutely not.
42-year-old man does not need to go buying us.
It's like, are
a
you crazy? You're
skateboard.
not agile.
Gotta work in the morning, man.
Oh shit.
Awesome. All right, Edward,
Uh,
tell us
I-
your metal origin story. How'd you become a metal supervillain?
I started pretty young. You know, my dad was always a metalhead growing up, so he had guitars laying around all the time. And I think I was about 12, and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to play this motherfucker. So I started learning tabs. He started teaching me a little bit, and he was like, "If you really want to learn, you'll learn on your own." Like, all right. And then, well, actually, I was 11, and he took me to see Black Sabbath and Pantera, and that just got me started completely. And then I went to Ozfest '99 and I saw Slipknot, and yeah, I knew what I wanted to do automatically.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Started playing guitar, and I actually met the first person to put me in a band. He was actually my substitute teacher when I was in 7th grade. I met him, and he showed me Meshuggah and Morbid Angel. He was like, "There's better stuff than Slipknot. You gotta listen to this." All right, so I heard that, and I was like, "Holy shit! Where's this been my whole life?" You know. My dad started taking me to a lot of local shows around town. We used to have a little metal bar here called Zeros. And I mean, I saw so many bands, Cephalic Carnage, fucking, I can't even remember all of them, but just at such a young age, just turned me out to all that. And then my oldest brother, he gave me Suffocation, Human Waste, and Cryptopsy, None So Vile for my birthday. And yeah, that was it. From there, I found Dying Fetus, Origin, Skinless, all these bands. And yeah, I was about 15. I joined that band, and they were all older than me. They're all in their mid to late 20s. I was 15, and they're just showing me all these bands, playing shows with bands I never heard of that were insane. The second show I ever played in my life was with Between the Buried and Me, and I was fucking blown away. It was like right before the Silent Circuit came out, and it was insane. I did not know what to do after that. I was like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna try and get better. Then I met Eli shortly after that, probably when I was about 16, 17. We all played
Yeah.
shows together. We all played some insane shows like When's the Plague, and can't even remember all the bands. So many bands.
Animosity.
Animosity a lot. They would come here, it seemed like every other weekend. It was crazy.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, we had this big venue actually down the street from where I'm at right now that saw some insane shows there. It's like tours would always mix and they would come here and play that one venue. It was insane. It just blossomed from that. Just kept doing it. Stepped out for a little while, and then Eli messaged me one day, and I was about to actually sell my gear, and he's like, "Yeah, I was thinking about selling my drum set, but you want to jam one more time?" Yeah, fuck it, let's give it a shot. And next thing you know, we're writing songs. So here we are,
Yeah.
like 3 years later. Just hey, man,
Yeah.
keep it going.
Eli saved the day.
Yeah,
Good
he
job,
did.
Eli.
Yeah, I was on the verge. I was very on the verge. I was like, I told my wife, "Well, I'm gonna just sell all my drums and shit." 'Cause I had like 2 or 3 kits or something like that, and they were kind of. I had a print shop, and so I was kind of just focusing on that. And then she's like, "Well, no, just give it a try, and I don't want you to like forget your dream or whatever." And I was like, "Nah, okay, fuck it." So I set it up like on a slow time of the year and just started playing it. And then I called up Edward and was like, "Hey, dude, let's try it one more time. If it doesn't click, then we just sell our shit, whatever." And we're like, all right, cool. So we got together, and then we just got it. We had like an 8-year hiatus from that band that I am dead because we were in it. That was like the last lineup because they
Mhm.
went through a bunch of changes. And so that was like we were in the last. Well, I was in the last set of lineup of that time, and then we got back together 8 years later, and then started writing the stuff we're writing now. Now back then it was a little more chaotic, but I think that's why 3 years of rust started coming off, and now I think we're starting to write the way we used to back then. Because yeah, now it's like it's gonna start getting a little bit more fancier, I guess you could say, instead of so slammy. Which nothing wrong with slam, I like it, but I think we feel more comfortable doing the faster stuff. So that's what we're
Definitely.
gonna start probably.
A little more technical.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely more technical. I love it. Keeps me
yeah.
keeps me on point with the music and not get bored and be like, man, I don't want to do this shit no more.
It's like he had the blue chew and just started shredding on guitar again.
Yeah,
Nice.
Oh,
putting that honey pack, putting that honey pack on them strings.
That's so funny.
yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad you guys decided, after that jam to hang on to all of your instruments and to keep jamming because um I can actually hear it whenever I listen through all the stuff that you guys have released. Um there's definitely like a change,
Yeah.
and it's almost like whenever I first was listening, I think cuz I think I listened to I think the first one that I went into was like Parasitic, I think was the first one that I checked out. But then as I kind of worked my way backwards through time, I was like, oh, I'm kind of getting a little bit of a hate breed vibe, like on some of the earlier stuff. And then after the song, it switched to a hate breed song. And I was like, aha, aha. So, it like knew that that's kind of the area I was listening in, but I would think, no, man, more like of that, like technical deathcore or just deathcore even, as, you guys have kind of changed, or death metal hardcore. I'm not really a good genre purist, but I could
Same
tell.
here.
Yeah,
We just play. We
right.
just
Yeah,
yeah.
but I could actually sense, like throughout. I was like, man, they definitely get more and more brutal as they go along. And so
It's definitely some brutal death metal, that's for sure.
yeah, yeah.
We're trying to get there. We're
And
trying to get there.
And
No, it sounds
Parasitic does have this slammy part at the end that does that like pinch harmonic where it's like "Bing, bing, bing, bing," and it does that, it repeats like, I don't know, 4 times or something. But that is a super cool riff that I'm just like, like, and it just like, it's like it steps me right back to the beginning of the riff, and it just works. It just works so good coming even right back into it again. And, nice melody with that riff for sure. But, we talked about the slam thing, you mentioned slam earlier, and I was like, but there's definitely this one part that, man, I'm like, that is freaking awesome, and I love it. So, yeah.
Thank you very
Sorry,
much. That
I'm
means a
sitting in
lot.
my car. People are coming and saying hi and stuff. I'm like, I'm on the phone. Yeah, the slam thing. Like, once I helped Peeling Flesh get a show here in Corpus, like in 2021, 20. I don't know. It was a long ass time ago. Like when they first started, and I mean, of course, I always listen to like Cerebral Incubation, stuff like that, Devourment. So, but I never really thought of it as slam because nobody really used that word. It was just brutal. And then all these genres, brutal slamming death, slamming brutal death. I'm like, what the fuck? It's all metal. Like it's all death metal to me. But I think Peeling has taken slam and they own that shit. So we're not trying to emulate nobody else. We want to be us. And I mean, we give them theirs. They are the kings of that shit right now. And I mean, there's no point in trying to capitalize on it when they got it on lock.
Yeah. And it's funny, it's kind of funny because back then, like we almost kind of set like a certain with that band that I Am Dead. We kind of had this like it was like a brutal death groove like genre that we kind of were fitting ourselves into, which it wasn't even around, I guess, at that point. But I think people were like saying, "Oh yeah, it's like a southernish type, groovy death." Like it was like they're trying to make a subgenre out of it and shit. But then we also got related to a lot of Beneath the Massacre at that point. So
Yeah.
And they're techie as shit. So
Yeah, we do a lot of that. The little we do a lot of that shit. It's making a comeback. Don't worry, it's making a comeback.
Yeah.
I got my fingers loose enough now.
But need some of the doodle doodle doodles.
That honey pack.
Put the
honey
WD-40 on them.
That's awesome, man. Well, you know, that is probably the best answer though. You know, like not even answer, but just like the best comment is we're not trying to be somebody else, we're just trying to be us.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have some stuff we like and that we do, but you know, it doesn't mean that that single one thing defines us. Like we are creating this sound. You know, we're building this sound around Woomrot, and I think that's the right place to be, man. You know, the copycats, they don't make it very far. You know what I'm saying? Like, because after a while it dies out, you know, and fans like to, as metal listeners, they like to find bands, latch on to bands, follow bands, and be a part of the ride. And so, you know, don't want no phonies, right? You know, so go out there, make your sound, be genuine, be authentic. But I love it. I love what you guys are doing, man. And that's the way to be. Don't change that.
Yeah,
definitely not.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. Just, you know, just write organically and just be yourself and authentic, and you know, it'll come. Things will come from it, and yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much.
Especially if you guys like build off of each other, you know, and you guys just like can continue to allow each other to put you know one another's strengths into the project, and that's whenever it just boom, things just go nuts, right?
Yeah, me and Eli have been jamming together so long. I'd start playing, and he literally we can freestyle for like 45 minutes to an hour. And they're like, "Hey, do you remember that one part you played on this?" And I'm like, "Hell no, that shit gone with the wind. You should have recorded it."
Some good stuff. I'm like, damn, did you record that? Nope.
Yeah. You don't care if you don't when we write it, then it's gone in the
Right.
for sure.
You're standing there watching us. Where's your phone at?
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't know y'all were gonna do that.
That's crazy because he like knows when I'm gonna switch up and everything. It's insane.
Yeah, it's like that's how much of a connection I guess that we had for so long. Because it's like a lot of times he'll be playing something and we'll be playing, and the next thing you know, it's almost like the feeling. Like I don't have to do any kind of special thing or look at him and wink and say, "Hey, I'm gonna switch." Nah, it just switches. It just we follow. It just feeds and it feeds and feeds and feeds, and we write like maybe 6 songs and not remember a single one, and then you know, it, like John has to like the other guitarist, he has to like kind of keep the fucking camera rolling half the time to catch something, because if not, then it's just gone, you know. But we just do that. It's just a freestyle. Even sometimes at shows, like we do our sound check with like freestyle shit, and then people are like, "Dude, that's a sick song. What's that one called?" It's like nothing. Yeah, it's like so. It gets stupid sometimes. Yeah.
That's cool. That kind of connection's rare. So
Yeah,
hang on to that, cherish that. That's awesome. That's really cool. You don't see it very often, so eat it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you guys are all in the Corpus Christi, Texas area. So, and it sounds like you basically told us without saying it, you guys get to play together a lot, right? Like you guys get to be in the same room together and jam often.
We try to.
Yeah, we try as much
We
as we
try as
can.
much as we can, but if it does happen, it's like once a week. But you know, all of us have busy, conflicting schedules, so
Yeah.
Got to do
it gets
that
difficult
adulting, man.
sometimes.
We used to jam what, like 2 times a week
Yeah.
for like 2 years straight,
Yeah.
Mhm.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Got a little
Yeah,
older, and it
that's
was
pretty
like, damn,
good.
this is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then got more
working
serious
adults
jobs and
can.
shit and more responsibilities, taking it out from, taking out a day from the jam, sometimes even two, like both days, it's like we get together Wednesday of every week we try to, and if not, well then we every other week, at least one day. Um but yeah, we're trying to take on we're trying to these old coots are trying to take on the technology way of trying to write it home and send it to each other now. It's like we're like, what was that sound again? Just like push record and try to send shit off
We are
there. What
working on
the
getting our own spot again too. So very, very
yeah,
soon we should be able to have the rot spot in full
yeah.
effect.
The
It's
rot
like we're
spot.
it's
I
like that
like
that
that.
meme of the monkey that's on the computer just like typing away, not knowing anything.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like kind of like that. Figure out
That's
recording.
me.
So when you guys do get together to jam, do you come in like Edward, do you come in with like riffs ready to go?
Oh,
Or
definitely.
like you guys said you improvise a little bit, like you kind of just jam. Just does stuff just come alive like while you're jamming, or do you come in like prepared with some riffs?
Lately, I've been writing at home, and I'll record it, and I'll come in with those ready. And then there's sometimes where like I'll come in with that, and it's one of the guys will be like, "Oh, you should try this after," and then they'll just kind of make some noise with their mouth, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, let me do that," and it sounds sick. So we're like, "All right, let's add that. Let's throw that in. It sounds good." But we try to make it flow as much as possible. So sometimes the writing process takes a little while.
Yeah,
Sure. It's art, man. Can't
Yeah,
just force it, you know?
exactly.
So
exactly.
that's cool. So do you guys jam at one of y'all's houses, or like, Anthony, you said the rot spot, like do you guys have a practice space that you rent, or like where do y'all do it?
Soon we will. At the moment we jam at this place called TFC Rehearsal Studios, and it's just this local kind of tucked away hidden gem that all the local bands, if they don't have a personal spot where they jam, everyone kind of just goes there, and you'll see other homies like from time to time as they're practicing, and you kind of have your separate rooms and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Nice. So is that like is it kind of like a studio, or is this more like a storage center, air conditioned storage center with like set up like a like rehearsal spaces, or like
The
what?
latter, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just like little rooms that have like, yeah, just strictly rehearsal. Yeah.
It has like real thin padding to like kind of like I guess dampen the sound, but you still hear people talking and shit.
Yeah, we're
but
usually
it's
loud as
like
shit too.
yeah, yeah, usually we are, especially it's like if we get lucky and have all three guitarists in the same room plus the basses with this bridge cab, it gets stupid.
Yeah, so super thin walls makes it interesting for y'all's rehearsal.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll start messing around and he'll start playing to the other people's like guitar parts and stuff. And it's yeah.
We'll take like a quick break, and like you'll hear Tejano coming out of Edward's amp.
Oh, because the
That's
pickups.
ridiculous.
Okay, I have an idea. If you got a good group of funny dudes in the space next to you, you guys should drill a little hole in the wall, and it could be a guitar glory hole where you like stick your guitar head through, and then they can like play a few notes on it.
Holy shit.
Y'all know how to play skin flute?
Yeah, it would eventually get out of control, Brandon.
Just a little bit.
Might be the point. You never know.
Where's the strings on this guitar? Yeah.
Well, it was
Oh,
just a
man.
fun idea. Who knows what it could turn into.
We'll have
Yeah,
people just
you
walk
know.
in our room from other bands. Hey, what's up? And yeah, it happens all the time.
Well, that's cool though, because you can possibly be meeting some really cool other local groups to find something new coming out.
Yeah.
A new group of
Yeah,
guys
for
getting
sure.
together that nobody else is aware of yet. So that's
They'll be like,
networking, right? It's awesome.
okay, I hear you, I see you.
Yeah.
Are most of the other bands and groups of guys around there like and girls if they're but is it metal mostly or like is it like
We're
is
starting
there
like
like a huge variety of different types of musicians there?
recently. There's been a few more like death metal bands coming up. I just saw this band on, I want to say Friday. They're called Phlebectomy, and I had heard the name, but I always miss them because they open and I'll get to shows late, and they fucking blew me away. I was like, oh my god, why I keep missing this every single time? Like, what the hell? But I mean, there's not really too many like bands like I guess you would say around our genre, like death metal. There's a few, but not
There's
too
like
many.
hardcore,
Mainly.
some metalcore,
Yeah.
uh, rock. You know, you hear a lot of stuff coming in and out of there.
Yeah. A lot of yeah, I guess metalcore, and then there's been a couple of like deathcore bands, but they kind of fizzled out. But
Yeah.
not too many.
Okay.
There's not too many local bands here actually.
Yeah. At one point, like in high school and stuff, there was probably what 3 bands per high school,
Yeah, it was
something like
insane.
that. It was pretty cool back then. That's kind of what inspired me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of other bands and Corpus Christi, you guys have I think I saw you posted a flyer for a July 10th pretty brutal banger
Oh yeah, that's my show.
there.
I booked that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that? What other shows do you guys have coming up?
I have on that one, we're not actually playing. I have Voracious Contempt, Dawn of Ash, Roots of Deception, Respiratory Secretion, Tortured, this band from Victoria that I recently saw called Idafu. They're just ridiculous. They're like grind, slam. I don't even know. They're ridiculous. And then that band Phlebectomy. And then our next show is actually July 22nd with Internal Suffering. That's the one we're actually playing.
Where's that at?
It's actually at the place I'm outside of right now, Boozers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, nice. And why aren't y'all on the July 10th show?
I was doing a small. It's kind of hard. Which I figured out with Golf Coast. It's kind of hard running shows and playing them. And at Golf Coast, I have partners, which I have Matt and Jade. But with this, it's just me. So I'm running the door, making sure everybody pays and things like that. Just trying to get all the bands taken care of and everything.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Awesome. So do you guys have anything else coming up besides, did you say the 22nd or 26th?
July 22nd.
July 22nd. What else? Do you guys have anything else booked at the
Not
present
locally.
moment?
Not locally. I think the next thing we have after that would be we have like a small run in August.
Sweet. Are you allowed to talk about that at all? You feel like
Yeah, we can, but I don't I know one date's OKC, Denver. Fuck, I can't remember the other one. I can't remember the other one. El Paso.
well, hey,
And
Zoomy
do
will
you
come hang out with you
remember-
guys in OKC. How about
Yeah,
that?
do you remember where you guys are playing at in OKC?
I don't know yet. Our bass player is actually booking that, and I know we're playing with Unrelenting Butchery. Because
You said it's in,
Okay.
it's in
Sweet.
August. You
Yeah,
said
it's in
We'll keep
August.
an eye out for when you guys when it gets posted, and we'll share the tour flyer and
Definitely.
stuff. And Zoomy will come hang out with you. He'll come bother you.
Yeah.
Yes,
there you go.
please.
You did it right there, Brandon. That's probably more like it. I'll be like, hey.
And get
So
ready
remember
for
me?
get ready for one of these. A nice hug.
I'm a hugger.
sign my
Me
sock?
too. Me too.
Yeah, could you sign my socks?
Only if they've been worn for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
knocked them right off. I got to get your signature.
Yeah. I gotta go find them. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
silly.
we'll actually be on that run with this band SIDS. I don't know if you've heard them. It's the drummer from Rose Funeral side project.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
They're like slamming.
That'll be cool. Yeah, that'll be cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm
it'll be perfect.
excited, man. I'm gonna find out when y'all are on there. I was gonna look it up right now, but I can't like concentrate and look it up either. You know, it's like it doesn't work out. But I'll make sure and remember because I'm thinking most likely
Yeah.
like 89th Street or something like that. That's one of our like local metal venues up in OKC that a lot of bands come to, and it's a cool spot.
I know. Well, Cole from Unrelenting Butchery is booking that
We'll
one.
make sure and tell Matt, like,
Yeah, that's who he
book this
talked to.
place.
So he said he would book it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay,
Gotcha. Sick.
nice.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys whenever you come through. I'm not gonna miss that one.
We're looking forward to the hangs, sweet hangs.
Yes, yes.
When you guys go on runs and travel a little bit, do you rent a van? You guys have a driver?
We
Like,
usually
well,
rent,
what's your method? How
and
do you guys
then
do it?
we'll just take turns driving. They don't like when I drive because I haul ass, and we can't let Eli drive. Eli looks at the driver's seat and starts falling asleep.
Yeah. I'm like, it's like not even fucking, it's just swerving all over the place. And
Yeah, I got to drive like at some point during the day. You know, that's at night. I'm like, I start getting like real sleepy. Matt's usually the one that drives us at night. He's pretty good about that, getting us where we need to be safely.
No, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, those
So,
nighttime drivers coming in clutch, man.
Yeah. Same with
Right.
Alex. He's the other one that comes in clutch at night as well.
you guys have
Yeah.
a favorite pit stop on the road? If
Buc-ee's
you see
is all
like
right.
if you like Bucky's or something, like you see a place, you're like,
Buc-ee's,
guys, we got to
we-
stop
Yeah.
there.
These boys love
We
it.
see a Bucky's though, and we do stop. I can't lie.
Definitely not.
yeah.
Well,
Definitely.
there's no better place to pinch a loaf. So,
I know.
man,
We were on the way to
That's the
Florida. We
best.
kept seeing one called Bussies.
For sure.
It was literally Bussies. Bussy.
Yeah.
Bucky's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
all right.
We were like,
Bussy.
I'm not
Bussies.
stopping. I'm not stopping there.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
think they're selling different stuff.
Oh, one time we stopped at a QT or a QD,
Yeah.
and
QT.
it's like a truck stop, you know. And we got off, used the restroom, got some snacks, and I'm washing my hands, and I'm like, man, this is some funny looking soap they got, and it's like a big old clear dildo, just suction
They
cups
have
in the
they have a
sink.
picture of him next to it. It's hilarious.
He was
Are
like
you
that, yeah.
serious?
Someone had some
Because
And
fun.
for everybody that
you know?
don't know, Anthony is a
Yeah.
very high
That's
germphobe. So
awesome.
he was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
This is true. It's like,
Oh,
oh
man. Was it
man,
Why is it
was it
not?
actually
Why
soap
is no
though?
soap coming out?
it was not soap. That was just joking.
Not me.
Got me too, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I have a feeling you guys would be a lot of fun on the road.
We have some fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any good road
Damn.
stories that you'd like to share?
Aside from that
Oh,
one right
yeah.
there on top of.
Yeah. Me and Eli, we were driving by ourselves after. Was it what is it, a Gulf Coast or
Yeah. I was on the way back from Houston.
what's that?
It was on the way back from Houston.
Yeah.
We're
And it was
we're
late.
coming
We were both
crashing back.
tired. Yes. We were both tired, and we stopped in Wharton, and we found this hotel. We were just dead tired, and we're like, "Fuck it, let's get this hotel, get a room." Go in there and get in the room, and there's like demonic spray paintings that were like painted over, and like it looked like someone busted through the door, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And like I opened up my blanket. No, and there was like little roaches and shit everywhere. And he was. I took a shower, and by the time I came out, I was just in my drawers. And he was like, "Hey, I got us." I went and complained, and like they're giving us another room. I was like, "All right, whatever." So we leave. We go to this other room, and yeah, there's like broken door frame, and like I open my blanket, and I kid you not, on the pillow, right in the middle of the pillow under the blanket, it was like a fucking little dead roach with a roach egg next to it, just like someone like tucked it in. And I was like, well, we're stuck here. So like I gotta sleep here. But yeah, I was just like, I don't care. I'm just stayed in the fetal position all night pretty much. So
Yeah.
Nasty.
Just sleep on top of the covers, you know what I mean?
yeah. It
Yeah,
was
like Joe's apartment, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah. Ugh, it's gross, man. You know, I've stayed at some pretty questionable places just being out and about at some point. I remember one time they like tried to upsell me the room with the renovated room with the TV, and I remember just being like, whatever, man, just give me the room. And I got in there and the TV didn't even work. And I was like,
Been there.
it's a good thing I
Damn.
Been
got
there.
this room.
But you
Yeah.
had one. The
Swindled
other
once
rooms didn't even
again.
have one.
Yeah, saw me
Dang
coming,
it.
man. Saw me coming.
Man.
You had a spinning heart bed and
With a big
hard
old dip in the
jacuzzi
middle.
tub.
Yeah, the hard jacuzzi.
Bananas with condoms
Oh.
everywhere for some reason.
Yeah, they're like, hold on, let me light the fire before. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
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 definitely.
man. Some spots out there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah. Oh man, I'm sure you know that's lots of people have some horror stories
Oh, yeah.
out there of places. I'm sure some people open up the door and they're like, nope,
Definitely been
and
there.
they just close the door and they're like, I'm out. We're sleeping in the
I'm
car.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
It should have been that night, but we didn't. We actually, he slept on the roaches, and I just slept all like, oh, see you. Good night, Anthony.
Sleep tight.
I'm sleeping in the car, dude.
No.
So, well, see, in March of
Yes,
this
sir.
year, you guys released a single, "Parasitic." Is that
Mhm.
correct? That was just just a couple months ago, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Our friend Brandon from the band Ghost House, he recorded that. We actually recorded, I think, 4 or 5 songs at once and kind of released them all as singles. And he recorded all of them, and then our friend in New York mixed and mastered it for us.
Very cool. All right. So, do you have some more songs?
We have one new one that we played it for the first time at the All Shall Paris show.
Yeah.
So we're still kind of trying to work the kinks out on that one. And then I have another one we're working on. And I mean, we want to get at least 6, 7 songs before we record again. So make it worth our time at least. Definitely. Probably an EP. Try to have that out by the end of the year. No
Very
promises,
cool. That's
but
our
try.
goal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we have time.
A good
you
solid
still have
one.
time, Edward. You still have time.
Yeah.
I am writing. I just started
Noodles
a new
and
job
noodles,
and
buddies.
it's kicking
Right.
my ass to say the least. But I'm still trying to write.
As long as you find some time here and there to do what you love and give
We'll
us what we
definitely get it more
love,
brutal.
brutal death
Definitely.
metal, I'll
That's one thing
allow
I can
it.
promise.
And that's probably why it might take a little bit longer, only because like now we're getting the more technical, I guess the more aggressive. And I know the other guys would have to catch up with that part because it's not something they came from writing before, so they kind of have to adjust to that, And so it's going to be a
Definitely.
little adjusting, but it is what it is.
It'll be worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, where would you guys say you draw most of your inspiration from?
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
I'm going deep. I'm going deep.
Barbecue.
I mean, honestly, like
Barbecue? All right. Okay.
I don't really listen to a lot of metal on my free time, and I think that helps me like keep it different from other bands because I listen to a lot of different types of music, and like if I listen to any type of metal while I'm writing, I start to sound like what I'm listening to. So really, I guess the inspiration, I'll just be doing something and I'll hear a riff in my head, and I'm like, shit, I need to remember that. And then Yeah, I just go home and start playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
And
enough.
I've heard that before too. I've heard people talk about, like for me, I'm always like, oh, uh, how I came up with the way I play or my style would be trying to learn everything that everybody else does, learning a few tricks along the way, but most of it realizing I can't do that. That's not me. But somehow learning how to do something else while I was trying to practice to learn how to do that and be like, oh yeah, I can't do that, but I learned this cool thing out. Look, and so, and then I'll be like, well, I'm throwing that in somewhere. And then it's just something, that you actually end up having in your tool belt. Um, kind of like, what did you say? What did you say? It was your dad that was like, okay, now
Yeah, he just,
you,
hey, here you go. Got me a guitar and said, here's an amp, here's a guitar, do what you do. Exactly.
yeah, now you
Yeah.
teach you. And so it's kind of like that,
Mhm.
I mean, that's how you develop your style and your signature, right? Your way is just a little bit different, maybe because you're like, hey, I don't want to
Yeah.
know what you're doing. I'm trying to, create my own thing from scratch here. So
Yeah, I started learning like a lot of sweep picking and stuff, and my dad played a lot of blues and stuff, and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He would trip out.
it's like Daniel's son asking Mr. Miyagi in Karate Kid
Yeah.
3 to teach him how to sweep.
I started doing that, and my dad was like, "Ah, well, I never learned that shit, so I don't know what to tell you."
Yeah.
I'm- Yeah. It took me years
You
to
got
actually
your
want to
own
sit down
boy.
and learn how to play like
Isn't
blues
it?
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now I love playing it. Just all the feel. That's all it is. Just feel.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I could totally see that. Just kind of closing your eyes and feeling the music and where it takes you, man. It's super, super cool. You're not rushed, you know, in blues, right?
Bend
You're
it a little
just,
more, make it sound
if you
right.
miss it, that's okay. We'll catch it the next time around.
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right. You get to think a little more, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, so I know we said Parasitic was the one that was most recently released, but you guys had mentioned to me that Face Stained Pavement was actually the more recent song written. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so I know, man, just as much of a banger. Like people are really gonna dig that. I'd love to play it so everybody get a chance to hear what you guys sound like if they haven't, or even if they have, just to be reminded. So then they're like, oh yeah, I gotta remember to go flag that Boomrot song, and that way it shows up, on my music streaming all the time whenever things are just shuffling around. So or go ahead and mark it favorite, right? Go ahead and subscribe to you guys. That's what I always do. I always go in and I'm like, well, what do you know? I'm not a subscriber yet. Subscribe. And so then anytime you guys release something, it sends me a notification to let me know. And then I'm like, I get excited whenever I get these notifications now because I'm always like, oh, I have something new to listen to. And it's usually from somebody that I've checked out, that I've gotten to know, and I'm really excited to see what they're putting out. And so just like you guys, I think it's a good time to play Face Stained Pavement by Woomrot.
Man, where the fuck is Matt, dude?
Dude's always taking forever, dude.
All the fucking time,
Hey,
dude.
you want beer or?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Now you two one. Slow ass dude.
God damn it. All the fucking time you invite us, dude, it's always just hot dogs and shit, man.
You know what, dude? Just call Matt. Tell him to bring some meat. Bring something.
Ugh.
Hello.
Where you at, dude? Bring some meat. This guy's making hot dogs again.
Yeah, I'll be there in a little bit, but I got something for y'all.
My phone is on the verge of death. I'm at 1%.
Says
Oh
1%.
no, 1%.
That's what I was. I don't know if y'all saw me. I was looking down. I was messing with the cord, trying to get it. It's not
Oh
doing anything.
no.
I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, yeah. I was
won't-
like,
It
no.
won't charge. We're gonna lose him.
I've had this
We're
cord.
gonna lose
I've had this
Edward.
cord for a minute now. It's been working me, and I'm like, I noticed the other day it wasn't charging my phone either, but I was kind of tipsy, so I didn't think nothing of it. And right now I'm charging it, and I'm like, why is it going down?
I forgot. Down. Oh no.
It's
Well,
actually
he
love you.
pulling
Go into the
energy.
bar and ask somebody for a charger.
Yeah, it's time to run into the bar and be like, does anybody have a USB-C?
Yeah.
Does anybody have a USB-C?
Life or death.
Well, we could do the Furious 5 Brando and do it a little bit different.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah,
just
yeah.
start with Edward and just go through the 5
Let's
questions.
see how far we can get. Let's
Let's
do
see
it.
how far we can get. All right. So, Anthony, Eli, you got to hang tight with us just for a second. But this gives you a chance to prepare for your answers.
Yeah, you're getting the
So-
same questions.
Same
Okay.
questions. So, you get
Same
to think about
questions.
this. Yeah. So, all right, Edward, question 1. What is one food that you've never tried that you would like
Damn,
to try?
that's a hard one because I've tried damn near everything. I'm not a picky eater at all. I'm not. Man, it's got to be something foreign that I haven't tried that just everybody claims. Actually, I don't know if it's good, but a friend told me about the fish that they bury in Iceland, and then they drink it. They eat it and drink mead to get rid of the flavor, and then they drink the mead to get they go back and forth to get rid of the flavor. I was like, yeah, I think it's a fermented fish. I would like to try that
Sound
one
like
time.
the
Also,
fermented shark.
I'd like to try it because I
Yeah,
want to go to Iceland.
Surströmming.
Hell yeah.
That would be cool to go there. That's very interesting. I've never heard of
Yeah.
that.
It is.
Okay.
Brandon,
Sweet. Question 2. Would you rather see the world in black and white or in only
Definitely black
2D?
and white. Just I still want to see things in my perspective.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. 3.
I could see that. All right. If there were a book
It'd probably be
or
entitled real
movie
shit
about you, what would it be titled?
I was just thinking about it because there'd probably be a lot of surprises in it.
I like that. That's a good title.
Hell yeah. All right. Question 4. Tell us your
Drowning in
childhood
the ocean.
fear.
because we live by the beach, so we would go to the beach a lot. And there'd be times when I was smaller,
Yeah,
I'd get
those
caught in the current and be like, "I'm
yeah.
not coming back," and it scared the shit out of me.
That tracks.
That's scary. You know, there was one time I was. Ah, we lost him. All right, so question 5 is going to be a surprise to you guys, and maybe I don't know. Maybe Edward will find a way to charge that phone and get back to us. Hopefully, we
Oh.
got.
Reconnecting.
It said 99% uploaded. We'll see how much of that we actually got by the time it's over with. But
Oh, shit.
anyway, I'm surprised we got through 4 questions. That is
Yeah, that was cool.
pretty. That's pretty good.
That
So-
1% hung on pretty tightly.
That
Those-
1%,
those are
it
some
was like
strong 1% fingers right there on the
Holding
clip.
on, yeah.
Oh, well, Edward, we miss you, brother. We miss you. We love you. Thanks for joining. So, guys, who wants to go first? We're going to do this the way we normally do it. Each person will answer the question, then we'll move on to the next one for each person to answer. So, who wants to start?
I'll start.
Oh, you'll start? Okay, cool. Go.
All right, Anthony. What is a food that you would like to try that you have never tried?
Man, there's so much food. I love food. I'm a foodie. I would say I'd like to try a beef Wellington cooked by the hands of Chef Gordon Ramsay himself.
All right.
I think it's a good choice. I think
Yeah.
something like that. And I like what you did with the question too. You were like, all right, it's not just a single thing, it's a thing and how it's prepared and who it's prepared by. And so, you know, I really like that, man. You know, you excelled. You went above and beyond with the answer there. So
Good score. Yeah. You know what I give you? F+. You passed.
Let's
just
go.
barely.
Come on.
All right. Eli, how about you, my friend? You got a food that you haven't tried that you would love to try?
Shit, man, it's tough because I kind of been like around places and stuff, and I've kind of seen a bunch of things, but I've seen too many things to like kind of pick one. So, horse meat, like cooked horse
Do you
meat.
have an IKEA in Corpus
In
Christi?
Corpus? No, we don't have.
What
I don't
part
have
of the
a-
horse?
The leg, preferably. I ain't trying to have no fuck. I want probably like
horse
a good meaty. But probably cooked barbecue style, probably Texas barbecue horse.
Say
That'll
that
be it.
again. Which one?
Texas barbecue style horse.
If there's any
Don't
way
call
of
Peter.
cooking something to make it good, that's probably a good way to do it.
I'm glad you brought this up because so my dad, he's from East Texas. Actually, the town is Crockett, Texas. And so you know, we grew up just hearing stories about East Texas. And you know, we got to go there time and time again. The kind of barbecue and chili that my dad would make is Texas barbecue, Texas chili. And it is by far my favorite out of all the chilies, out of all the barbecues. I'm like, just give me the good old fashioned Texas barbecue and I threw chili in the mix because that was just something else that stands out to me that my dad made a little bit different because he was like, nah, man, no beans, Texas chili. I'm
I was
like,
just
okay.
gonna say they don't like beans in their chili down here, man.
Nah.
I'm a beans in the chili guy.
So here's what's funny though about
I like beans in my chili. I'm just a
Alright.
bean man in general.
Eli, where do you land on the beans and chili saga?
Yeah.
Have,
Side question then,
the
Eli. Do you like beans in your chili?
Yeah, I do. 2 kinds of beans though, kidney and pinto. Yeah.
Yeah, either or. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a beans in my chili kind of person because of the way my dad had always made it. It wasn't until I'd gotten older and my wife, she was always putting beans in the chili, and she would actually do two separate ones, one without the beans and one with the beans. And I was like, one day I was like, don't do that. Like, just make it one way and I'll eat it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, yeah, whatever. Beans,
Yeah.
no beans. It's just kind of like,
Yeah.
I have two different versions of a food that I love. So I'm like,
Yeah.
cool.
Hey, that's really
Yeah.
cool.
If I'm eating chili, I'm happy.
Yeah, right?
Regardless. Yeah.
So my wife will make two different types of chili also because she is from North Texas and doesn't like beans in her chili. And I'm always like, hey, look, you don't have to make two. You could just eat the correct chili and eat it with the beans in it. And then you don't have to make two different chilies. But she insists. So,
It is, right? More fiber.
that's right. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll move on to question 2. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. All right, Anthony. Would you rather see the world in black and white or only in 2 dimensions?
Man, that's a pretty interesting question. Because color is, I mean, it's beautiful, Uh, I feel like, yeah, because 2D, that'd be very linear. I'd say black and white.
Black and white.
I know
Right.
it would be like Paper Mario. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'd just be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm in the Twilight
Funny.
Zone again.
That's funny
Is
you
that
said
what?
that because I was trying to think. I was like, so does that mean everybody's flat, or does that mean like, are we looking at it like Paper Mario, where just everybody kind of like this? And I'm like, are all the women's asses flat? Because if that's the case, I'd rather see black and white.
Well, you heard your answer from Eli then.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, perfect. We got our answer.
Oh man,
Jimmy, I
that's
want
great.
I want to know what would you rather?
What was that?
I would probably. He was asking
Oh.
if I would choose black and white or 2D. I would probably have to go black and white as well. The 2D would just be like I'm afraid I would trip and fall more often.
Yes,
Like
that's what I
there
was
would,
thinking.
yeah, it would be weird. It'd be like, hang on, I can fit through there, and then it'd be like, oh wait, no, I can't.
Yeah,
And so,
that would really be the Twilight Zone.
yeah,
you mean
especially like a
things?
big guy
Yeah.
like me, I would always be reminded of how not skinny I am in Paper Mario World. So, like, still can't. So, yeah, black and white. What about you?
I'm going all in. Black and white 2D.
There you have
Whoa.
there you have it.
Bum,
That
bum,
ever
bum,
hurts.
bum.
I was
I'm
gonna say
greedy.
you can't
I'm
do
greedy.
that, but
I'm greedy. I don't like one or the other. Just give me everything.
Can't
Give me
I would
double
have
everything or
one.
take it all away. All or nothing.
Make me one with all. He's Buddhist.
Yeah, I think part of me, like, I get kind of annoyed by like black and white TV stuff, right? Like video. Yeah. But I don't know. I think maybe I could get used to being in 2D and still have color. Maybe you could get
So,
used to it.
are you not gonna watch the new Spider-Man noir movie?
No, probably not. Why? Is it in
Yeah,
black and white?
I think it's in black and white. Yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't have plans
excited
to
for
watch
that.
it. I mean, I didn't know it was in black and white. I just didn't have plans to watch it.
Nicolas Cage, buddy, come
Yeah, Nick
on.
Oh, Nick
Cage.
Cage is in it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
You
Yeah.
remember Sin City? That's a
Yeah.
pretty good black and white movie. Or
You didn't
black
see
and white-ish.
Godzilla, black and
Didn't they
white
go
Godzilla?
back and forth? Weren't there like color
Yeah,
scenes
there's like
too?
weird tones and stuff. Yeah,
No, I remember
pretty
liking
cool.
half of that movie. No, just kidding.
The colored half.
Yeah. That's funny, man. That's so funny. Oh, question 3. All right. Anthony, if there were a book or movie about you, what would it be titled?
What's going on in Twan's head?
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sure
right.
that's what everyone wants to know.
I'm curious. What's going on in there, dude?
It's
A
my
lot of
last two brain cells fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel like it goes for me. I'm always like, leave me alone, guys. I'm trying to focus.
They got ADD, man.
Oh, that's too funny.
That's why the death metal's so good. They're fighting in there.
That's right. That's right, man. You get some growls, some angriness.
Yeah, my last two brain cells are just a couple of kaijus just
Tearing right through it.
Yes.
Throwing the filing cabinet. Yeah.
That's where those vocal sounds come from.
I love it. Eli, what about your book or movie title?
Always stressed. I'm always stressed about something, dude. Even when we go out like on drives and shit like that, or like go to like shows, I'm kind of like the one that, oh fuck, dude, we gotta like get there, and oh, we gotta like find the person, and then where did everybody go? And people are disappearing to go buy beer at like stores and some shit. I'm like setting up my stuff and like, where's everybody at? You know, it's just like, yeah, it's like I'm always stressed about something, which sucks, but I mean, I guess someone has to do it, right?
So,
Do they though? You know, I'm one of those people too. You know, and I know Zoomy is also. So like, but
Yeah,
it's just us. Like, I don't know, man. You know, there's people out there just living carefree. You get a whole group of them, and then they're just having fun. Nobody's
yeah,
stressed.
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like
I
I
was
know
telling
you.
my dad, I was like, I don't know why, man. I just can't like let go. I just can't let go. Like there's just always something that I'm like, well, is this being handled? Is this being taken care of? And that's not even to say that I'm one of these people that can't sit down. Like I can. I
Mm,
can, but that's almost my escape from the real world sometimes is like just sit down at the end of the day and we'll try again tomorrow. But yeah, it is seriously like hard for me. Like family comes over and I'm always like, does everybody have a plate? Has everybody gotten some food? Has everybody, I mean, just little things. It's always something.
yeah. No, yeah. No, I feel that. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I can sit down, but then it's like one of those things that's like, shit, I'm sitting down, I can be doing something, but then the something might not even be anything that's gonna move anything forward, but you're still stressing about it because why are you sitting down when you can be doing stuff, you know? So it's a crazy, but I mean, our other guitarist, John, he's the type, it almost seems like he's like carefree. And so it's like, why are you so carefree? You're stressing me out. It's like, you know,
Yeah,
it's weird.
not a worry in the world, man.
Yeah.
All right. So Eli, then are you like the tour manager guy dealing with all the BS when you guys go on the road?
Um, I kind of always try. I kind of try to set up like the ride situation. I always try to get that going and flowing, and calling it in and kind of getting it rented, and then making sure we're kind of meeting up at the spot to load the equipment up, and then make sure everybody's kind of there. Or if I'm like the last one getting picked up, like I'm kind of just waiting on them kind of stuff. So I guess it's like I do almost I because I make the merch, and then I get the ride situation done, and then I think I tried booking shows for a little bit. I kind of like leave it to Edward or Matt, the bass player, and but everything else like I'll kind of do like all the other stuff in the back, like I said, getting the ride and that shit set up, and then make sure we're kind of like loaded in, and then when we get to the place, it's either me or Edward that kind of deal with the people, like whoever they've talked to, whatever. Make sure we get paid, and then kind of dealing with the merch, like making sure the merch isn't getting shorted or anything, and it's just kind of trying to keep a hand on that, type stuff. So I'm almost everything, not everything though. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Not yet.
Hope.
All right. You guys ready for question 4?
Yeah.
All right. Anthony, tell us your childhood fear.
Oh man, this one carries over to an adult, and it's fucking big ass flying cockroaches.
Those things suck. I'm with
Yeah,
you.
so I think where it started is one year for Halloween. I was just a little kid. I don't remember how old, but I was waiting for my parents because they were going to take me trick or treating, and I was just this. My costume was a big pumpkin, and I had like a little. The little lid was like a hat, and I was like a big jack o' lantern, right? And I'm outside like kicking rocks and shit, and I'm by the back shed, and I hear this fluttering sound, and I'm like, what is that? You know, and like I'm getting closer to the shed, and I'm like putting my ear to it, and I hear something flying in there. I'm like, what is that? And like I open it, and this big ass flying roach just like flies towards me, like falls into my costume, is like crawling around my whole body, and I'm just like, ah, yeah. And then ever since then, it's just fuck those things, man. Yeah,
I'm with you. Fuck them.
yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, me
Shoot
too.
'em.
Me
Shoot 'em all.
too.
Fuck
None of
that.
that. Uh-uh.
Burn.
Terrifying. I still fuck them up. I'll smash them, but I'm like, ah.
Tries
This
afterwards.
sounds like it's probably really juicy when you smash it
Oh
too.
yeah,
Like
you
that's
hear 'em
disgusting.
popping.
Has one of those
Cringy the whole
sausage
time.
pops, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like the bones
Yeah.
crushing is what I used to think as a kid. Like, you got to crush its bones.
That's funny.
All right, Eli. What was your childhood fear?
I guess I have two, but I guess one that's kind of like not so bad is I guess spiders. Because I remember one
Oh yeah,
time, somewhat along the line of like
absolutely.
where Anthony was. I remember I was getting ready to go somewhere, or whatever, because family was gonna go somewhere. And I remember going, and I lived out like in a ranch, so it was kind of like, there's fucking rats and snakes and spiders everywhere a lot of times. And I think it was cold or something. And I remember going into like one of my drawers to grab a shirt, and I got a shirt and I put it on, and then I looked down and there was like a spider, like probably like that big on my chest, and I was like, ah, like
Oh
freaked
hell no.
like that, ran to my parents or whatever, and were like freaked out and everything. And ever since then, it didn't help that I watched Arachnophobia like
Oh yep, that did it
really,
for me too.
you know. So
Yeah.
it kind of like that was probably one of them, I guess, a childhood one. But then something childhood that led into adulthood was catching something and passing it to like future family, like type stuff, like sicknesses or diseases or anything like that. Because then I would feel like at fault that they died because I passed like whatever to them, and it was just like, and they didn't have a chance to have like a healthy life type shit because dad passed something to them. So yeah,
Genetics.
yeah, hmm
Yeah. It's a real bummer sometimes.
yeah.
Always failed that class.
Yeah, spiders, that was like that, and roaches were like tied. Yeah.
The fighting in his
I
head.
could see that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, spiders, man. There was one time back in the day, my Xbox had done the red ring of death, and I thought,
No.
No.
I can take this apart and I can fix it. And so I took it apart and I replaced like the heat sink on it or something, and it still didn't work quite right. It would kind of work, but then it would just red ring again on me. And so I didn't like fully screw it all back together whenever I was testing it. And because I never could get it to really just work 100%, it just kind of went over into a corner in the living room, and it stayed there for months. And then, one day I'm like, I guess I'm going to throw that thing away. I don't know what else I'm going to do with it. And I start grabbing the
Yeah.
pieces, and I kid you not, man, there was a brown recluse in there. And this guy does
No.
like the whole tarantula move where he's like,
Oh
and
hell no.
I about ran out of the house, man. Like I was
That gives
like,
me the heebie-jeebies.
ah! Yeah, dude, and my nerves were shot for the rest of the
Oh.
day. Like everybody
Ugh.
just didn't matter. I was just jumpy, and it was just on edge, and it was all from that little spider. And I remember like finally having to work up the courage to go kill him. I was all like pacing back and forth across the floor, like, all right, we gotta just get
Yeah.
in there and kill him. It's not like he's gonna fly. It's not like he's gonna jump 10 feet. He's a little old spider. Just go get him.
Can you
Live
imagine
the
if
12.
they like evolved to fly around? Fuck, dude.
Yeah, like in Tremors 2.
I'm out.
Yeah.
It's the spider's
Yeah.
house now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and thanks to Arachnophobia for me too, by the way. You know,
Yeah.
another one of those movies that made sure to traumatize me whenever I was a little kid, and for the
Oh,
rest of
yeah.
my life, that's what I think about.
Hilarious.
All right. So I think question 5, which this is where Edward dropped off. So
Mystery round.
yeah, mystery round, right? So not too hard. I just got to know, orange juice or milk?
Orange juice for me, all the way. I don't even drink milk.
My man.
What kind of orange juice though? Is it like the lots of pulp or no pulp?
I tell you what, you can pick.
I gotta be chewing that orange juice.
That's how
Yeah.
I am. I'm like, give me some oranges to eat with my juice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like lots of pulp on my orange juice. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I guess orange juice. I mean, I don't mind milk, but I know and then like since I'm older, orange juice kind of started fucking with me for like heartburn and stuff because of the acidity. But I still don't care. I'll drink the lots of pulp orange juice for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Old people problems, right?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
with you, man. I'm like,
exactly.
I'll just drink the orange juice, but it's not like I'm chugging, like a gallon of
No.
orange juice every day either, So
Maybe you should.
you build up an immunity, an acid immunity.
You gotta burn that callus into your throat,
There
you
you
know?
Yeah,
go.
that's what it is. Yeah, it's a callus. All right, so I gotta know though, Brando, are you are you a milk or an orange juice fan?
Bro, orange juice all the way. I like
Yeah.
I hate milk. I don't like milk.
Cow puss.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of
That's
milk. I haven't been since I was so when I was a kid, my mom bought like milk at the grocery store. And I didn't like it before this, but like I was complaining and complaining, and she was getting pissed off, and she was just like, "Your brother's drinking it, it's fine." She came over and she smelled it, of course. It was sour. So like she had made me drink like half a glass of sour milk. And I was
No.
like, from now I was just like, fuck milk. I hate
Yeah.
milk. And like, so if you get like a milkshake or something, like I like those ones that are more ice cream based, right?
Mm.
Than milk. If it's got too much of that milky flavor to it, I'm just kind of like, no, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so this is funny. There was a one time my wife sent me this text. I was at work, and it's this picture of something floating in a glass of milk, and I was like, "What is that?" And she texts back, "It was in the milk jug." And I thought, that doesn't look right. And so I get home and I start looking at it, and it looks like a worm. That's what it
Nice.
looks
Oh
like.
no.
Straight up a worm. And I'm not talking like an earthworm, how it has like the lines in it. I'm talking like a parasitic worm, how it's just like a straight worm. And I was just like,
That's a big
I
fear
don't
of
know what,
mine too.
yeah, I was like, I don't know what
Things
this
like that.
is. Yeah, but I was like, I have no clue. And so, I start calling the health department, all these different places, and not
Narc.
because I'm trying to sue anybody, but because I need to know, like, hey, we
Yeah.
need to get this tested. I need to know what this was. Does my
Yeah.
family need to be tested? Because a couple
Yeah,
of
we
the kids,
consumed this.
Yeah.
yeah, a couple of the kids had already drank it, but everybody else was all like, oh, we don't know what to do. Well, let us know what you find out. Click, and
Oh no.
and I was all like, so finally the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, they say, all right, let us take a look at it. And so they had me mail it into them. So I mailed it into them, not mailed it into them. They had me drop it off somewhere. And so I dropped it off, and I was in contact with Brahms. I was in contact with them. And I told them, I'm like, look, I just need to know if we need to go to the doctor. Everybody's acting fine, but I just don't really know how any of this works.
Yeah,
And
is it like
so,
long term or
yeah. So at the end of the day, they come back and they're like, well, the test came back from the lab and it wasn't a worm. And I was like, oh, well, that's good news, right? And he's like, yeah. He goes, it was a bean sprout. And I was like, oh. And so I got to thinking, and I was like, I guess it could have been like an alfalfa sprout, right? And it was brown, like it had been kind of gotten, it wasn't fresh anymore. It had turned colors, like it was starting to go old, but it had been soaking in milk. And so I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. It did kind of look like that. I could see that. And he goes, yeah, and they don't have bean sprouts at the Brahms farm, so it didn't come from there. And I was like, well, we don't have them in my kitchen, so it didn't come from my kitchen either. So I don't know what
You got
he's trying to-
visited by the Sprout Fairy, you lucky
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
But you know what? All that to say, milk and me, never again after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that could happen to orange juice.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, I
But it
remember one
didn't.
time I was drinking. I think I
But it
remember one
didn't.
going. I came home from. I worked like I used to work at a refinery, so I would get out like at 6 in the morning, and so I would like do the most unhealthiest thing and buy like a little thing of chocolate milk and go and drink it on the way home because it's like pretty much like my dinner at that point because I was working night shift. And so I didn't drink it until I got home. But when I got home, I sat there and I opened it and I took a swig and something hit my mouth. And I was just like freaked out, just started spitting the milk everywhere because I was like, oh shit, there's like mold or a dead rat or something in there, Ended up being like a chunk of plastic, like in a sealed bottle of chocolate milk, So your mind goes straight to like, oh, there's something dead in here floating, you know? So,
Instead, it was just your daily dose of microplastic. It was just
Yeah.
like, here, eat this.
Just to
yeah.
take care of you for a month.
Yeah, it's harmless. It's harmless.
Just chew it, get it down. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so funny stories, milk orange juice. Guys, I know those are dumb questions, but we always seem to have fun with them. They're not
Yeah, those
quick,
are good.
but people get to know you guys a little bit better outside of the music. We of course, like most importantly, we want people to be listening to Womb Rot. We want them to be checking you guys out. We want them to hit that subscribe button so that they get those notifications whenever you guys are dropping new tracks, like new singles, new EPs. Anytime you guys are releasing any new information about the band, whether it's a show coming up or just, trying to get everybody hyped for you guys because, you got to stay relevant in this social media world that we live in so that
It's
everybody
tough.
remembers. Yeah. So
Much talent out there, and
yeah, man. And
trying to keep up with just social media and stuff. It's pretty it's taxing.
oh
Yeah.
man, absolutely. And you mentioned the talent, like, gosh, everybody's so freaking good that's out there,
Right.
man. There's just
Yeah.
like countless people. And anytime I think I've thought of like my favorite, like musicians or people that maybe inspire me to be a better musician, somebody later reminds me of somebody I just totally forgot. And I'm like, oh yeah, like how could I leave them off the list? So, it's a never ending, always evolving list. But what I want people to do is just stop for a moment and go check you guys out. Like, don't let, as I like to say, you guys slip down the list. Like, you're on the top right now. We're talking about you now. Stop what you're doing. Go listen to them. You got to hear the single that we just played a little bit ago, and they love it. They love it, man. And you know what? We love it because they're freaking excited and they love their music. And we talk about that on the show. Whenever you're passionate and you love what you're doing, like me as a fan, me as a listener, I want to check it out. I'm like, I can't wait. Did you see how stoked they are? And that's the kind of momentum that, I want everybody to get to experience with you guys. So go listen to Womb Rot right now.
We love you forever.
Yeah, we will too.
I actually got a question for both of y'all.
Mm.
Coffee or energy drinks? I
Energy
guess Zoom,
drink.
you go first. Energy
Yeah.
drink?
Yeah, for sure. Energy drink. I always say I'm a part of the soda generation. And so, I'm going to go broke on energy drinks. I know everybody gets to enjoy their cheap coffee if they're smart about it. But then again, there's the fake coffee drinkers out there too, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not real coffee drinkers. They just like going into the candy store early in the morning and carrying around that cup full of, might as well be a cup full of M&Ms is what they're
Yeah.
walking out of there with,
A Cookie Monster Supreme or something.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
me. So yeah.
but I saw a video, and I don't even know if this is true, but a guy had like the 3 different Starbucks sizes, like the cups, and he took like a tea that was in one of like the smallest cup, and I don't know their size name, so I don't even get me on that one. But
Yeah.
so they took the smallest one, and he's like holds the ice in with the top of his hand as he's pouring it into the medium-sized cup, which has filled with ice as well. And he uses all the liquid in the small cup to fill up that medium-sized cup. And then he takes the medium-sized cup and he pours it into the large cup, and it all of it fills up in there. And so it's just showing you're getting the same amount no matter what the size because of all the ice that they're packing in there.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's
But to
crazy.
get more ice.
Yeah.
So get the small. Is all I'm
It's good
saying.
ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it small.
I'm a coffee man myself.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish I could just go that route because
Yeah.
I wouldn't go spend $3 a day or have to worry about like, oh yeah, I didn't pick up an energy drink. Because if you
Yeah.
go anywhere on planet Earth in the morning and you're inside like an office building, I'm not talking about if you're working out on a like construction site, but even a construction site might like there's coffee somewhere. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? There's not an energy drink everywhere, right? You go around, you're
That's
like,
true.
does anybody have an energy drink? Everybody's like, nope, no
Get
energy
your own,
drinks.
man.
Yeah, get your own energy drink, man. Like this is $3.29.
Come on,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
In
No,
this
man.
economy, you're asking for an energy drink from someone?
Ooh, that's a lot,
Yeah.
man. Whenever Old Glories are sold out, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Because they're like $1.59, just in case.
Dang.
Yeah. But yeah, so energy drink for me. Brando.
I'm that candy store coffee person. So because I've been trying to cut that kind of stuff out, I've stopped drinking coffee because I've discovered I only like coffee if it's got a shitload of sugar in it. So I'm an energy drink guy. Now I will say, I don't know, going on 20 years, I've been drinking a 5-hour energy every day, no matter what. So it's either a cup of coffee and then a 5-hour energy drink, or 5-hour energy drink and then an energy drink in the afternoon. So, yeah, I'm an energy drink person, I guess.
Yeah.
Really at the end of the day, it's always just one coffee, even if there's coffee, but I'm definitely going to have an energy drink later. So
Yeah.
I'll go
Yeah.
energy drink.
You're like
Yeah.
Rocky, man. You're like taking your coffee and your energy drink right after. You like drink a cup of coffee and then you walk around with your energy drink in your hand,
No, it's
Eye of
almost
the
like none
Tiger
of it
starts
works anymore,
playing, and you're
man.
just like, yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
you get a little tired at lunchtime and you're like, time for that 5-hour.
It's got more like a 20-minute, like I'll start yawning after 30 minutes. Like, fuck, I need another one.
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, I'm an energy drink person big time too. I'm on that C4 kick though, so yeah.
The C4s.
Yeah, I'm on C4s. Yeah.
Okay, which one do you like? I haven't tried the. Do you buy the canned ones? I used to do the C4 pre-workouts when it was just
Yeah.
just the
Well,
powder.
I mean, I would do the pre-workouts too, but lately I kind of just been getting the cans, and the Strawberry Bliss is the one that I'm stuck on. That one's dope. That was really good.
All right.
Brando
See,
likes the strawberry
this
flavors.
one-
I
this
like
is-
the
Oh,
I
go
like
to
the orange
sleep.
flavor.
No what?
I said Brando, he likes the strawberry flavors. I like the orange flavor.
Ah, yeah. No, that strawberry one, that Strawberry Bliss is the one I go to a lot. This one I'm drinking right now, that Bum Energy, it's like I can drink that and still go to sleep. So I'm
That's how
too
I am.
tolerance,
Someone wants to say hi to you guys real quick.
ooh, all right.
It's his ass cheeks in the mirror.
Can you see him?
Yes.
Nice. Hello.
It's a ghost.
I
Welcome
was
to
gonna say, is that a shadow
Cast.
person?
Sweet. Got a bunny.
That's Apollo right there.
What's up, Apollo? The
I
brutal
love it.
bunny.
I think
Yeah.
he's
He's
Well,
asleep
yeah.
on his box and he's waiting for me to go give him some pets.
Wait, so was that a rabbit?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a cat. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, he's a rabbit.
It's
Oh,
a
that's
brutal
awesome.
bunny. He's got a
Yeah,
brutal
man.
bunny.
Yeah, that is cool. That is super cool.
Oh, yeah.
I freaking
He's like
love
a little
him.
Pokemon.
Yeah, catch him. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guys, I again just am super excited you guys took a second to just hang with us tonight. I know, we lost Edward part of the way through. I'm sure he loves orange juice too. And I'm happy to know that we all prefer black and white, except Brandon also wants the 2D on top of the black and white. So, but in all serious though, here for Woomrot and just love getting a chance to check you guys out a little bit more. Everybody out there, go check them out. Go listen to the, song that we just played, the Face Stained Pavement. And also they put out Parasitic this year and released that, which has awesome, brutal tunes, guys. Nice breakdowns. And, that was that was the harmonic part that I freaking loved in that one, and these guys have an awesome sound and they're being true to themselves. And if you're a metal fan out there, I know you'll love it. So go check them out. And thanks again, guys.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us. It was fun.
And thank you for the kind words.
Oh man, our pleasure. Like super excited from our end, man. It's just like every episode is like a dream come true for us just to get to make new friends and, talk about metal and then laugh about some silly stuff on the side.
Yeah, I had a great time. So thank you guys for that.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Thank you both.
I'm glad there's other people out there that are terrified of spiders and are caffeine drinkers like us. So yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
And listeners, don't just go listen to Woomrot. Go catch them live. We got to see them at the Gulf Coast Death Fest this year, and it's a fucking show. It's awesome. So catch them live, catch them streaming, wherever you can catch it. Get you some Woomrot.
And that's all I got, guys. We love y'all. Let us know if we can help out. Send us stuff so that we can share it. And listeners out there, until next time, Metal Block over and out.
Peace.
Yeah.